the heck is up, fam? It's Royscoglass in the building. We're doing glass blowing today. Gonna be making some pillows for my boy Frostys Fresh. He's gonna frostify them, or I don't know what he calls his tech, but I call it frostifying. And I'm gonna go on the YouTubes right now so I can find the stream so I can post it on social media everywhere so that people will actually come and watch me. So I'm not just talking to myself on the chat. You feel me? You feel me, fam? So pardon me while I take a moment to do this. All right, there it is. Let me go over to YouTube or to the Instagrams, hit it with a post. All right, sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time, or I will type whatever I'm saying, because brain's not all there, too much glass fumes. All right, there we go. We got one on Instagram, now we gotta go hit the X real quick. And we're almost there, people. We're almost ready to blow glass. All right, posted. Ready to blow glass today, guys. All right, we got some of this anecdote, I think it is, over Titan. It's like a bright green over semi-transparent white. I'm gonna pop it over in the lathe. Get to making headies. It's gonna shape up a pillow, put a little neck on it, and send it off to my boy Frostys Fresh. He's gonna do his carving technique and his face sculpting on it. Should be super dope. Hit him up if you're trying to scoop, or hit me up, hit one of us up. I don't know his timeline of where he's at with orders right now, but I'm gonna try and get it to him as soon as I can now, so we can have some headies for y'all. You feel me? You feel me, dog? Pop this in the lathe, get the shaping. That's how we're starting it. If you're in the chat, sound off. I'm just gonna be talking to myself the whole time. Boom, we got fire. Click on the lathe. This is a pretty cool green though. See how bright it is? Oh, I was thinking about doing a video of this too, this step-by-step process. Oh yeah. All right. Step number one. And we're going to throw on a handle here so I can hold it from both sides on the lathe to get it really hot and start shaping it up. We're going to go mucho grande. No, actually we're going to keep this pretty small because we're going to have a little neck on it too. Nothing too crazy. If you're on the last live stream, I made another pillow for him. This one should be slightly smaller than the last pillow, just because it's going to have the neck on it as well. And Frosty's pieces aren't huge, at least the ones that I've seen in person. He's got like just a great flavor saver size, like big enough you're not ripping a nose burner, but small enough you're getting maximum flavor. I'm sure he's done some big stuff in the day too, but I personally like a rather small dab rig. I feel like most of the stuff I've been making lately has been a little bit bigger, probably ever since I got this lathe. And I do have my days where I try to see how big I can go, but personally I like yay big. What's that, like 8 inches for the boys? Just kidding, but like yay big's like a perfect size dab rig, I think. Some of my scunchers are even smaller too, just because they have like a lot of volume in them, so you still get a great rip out of it, even without it being like a tall piece, because it's just wide and a lot of volume inside for function and pokeability or something. Maximum comfiness, all the good stuff. You feel me? You feel me, dog? I just ate some chicken tacos and they were delicious. Mango salsa, chicken, crock pot for like 8 hours. Absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Shout out to my fiance for making it. But y'all gotta go get your own. Sorry, you can't have her. She's taken. Now I'm just gonna be condensing down this, getting it hot, to another video. We're gonna have the bottom of the pillow be on this side, top on this side. It is like really small little necks on it, so most of the piece is gonna be the pillow. Very small little neck. But it should be a pretty cool piece. And then I got some prep for a couple pendants also that I gotta throw together. I'm gonna send that over to him as well. Let him frostify those. Get crazy with it. And he says with his tech, he likes it thick, so we're keeping it thick for him. This color is, or this color combo can be pretty soft too, so I don't want to go too crazy or fast with any movements because it can move very quickly, you know? Usually anything with white, this just has a green sleeve over white. So anything with white tends to be a very soft, malleable color. It can be good and bad depending on what you're trying to make. Because it's got a lot of long working time. Soaks up that heat really well. Where like the darker colors like blacks and browns, especially opaque, are extremely stiff. They do not soak up that heat. They're not movable for a long period of time. And this transparent green is pretty watered down. Green's usually a little bit on the stiffer side of colors as well. But yeah, working our way through this right now. Just blowing out the tubing, putting a lot of heat in there, making sure everything is a nice even heat base and getting some good clean wall weight on it. Because I ain't sending nobody no janky prep or nothing. I don't do that. And my pillows aren't round. So I guess that's like rounder, even wall weight is the best prep you could send somebody, but kind of can't do a round pillow. Not really going to work. So every other aspect of it's got to be dialed so it's easy to work with. I don't want to make any glass blower have to redo my prep or have a hard time working it. I've dealt with too much of that from other people in the past. I know how annoying it can be. And especially at our level, like me and Frostys, it's like we're past that stage of our career. When I work with young artists, 100%, they can give me some janky prep. If anything, I'll show them how to clean it up. But so you're only allowed to make fun of it if you're willing to help them fix it. It's my rules. If I'm not willing to teach you how to make it better for the next time, I will not talk any shit. I'll just suck it up and not work with you again instead. But rarely does that happen. Usually, if anything, I'll tell you, oh, you know, little uneven wall weight here. This is one way you could fix it. Do you work off a lathe? Do you work off a bench? What torch are you running? All right, well, here's some advice to get cleaner wall weights. Or like, go thicker with this next time. All those little things, just, you know. Got to help out the fam. We all grow together that way. And I used to make janky prep, so I know how to clean up janky prep at this point. We all had to start somewhere, you know? And I really wanted the glass blowing guns a-blazing, so I was making plenty of things beyond my skill level. And you got to learn a lot, or you do learn a lot when you're doing that naturally. It's a good thing for new artists, like, just because people tell you, oh, you got to make 1,000 spoons, you got to do this or that, you're going to learn a shit ton making something that isn't comfy. No pun intended. But like, trying to make better, gnarlier work, you're going to end up learning a lot from that experience versus just the 1,000 pipe challenge. Of course, you'll learn how the glass moves, you'll learn how to make a great pipe, you'll know how to always keep your bills paid with that 100 or 1,000 pipes or whatever it is. But you can also advance really fast by trying stuff that's out of your comfort zone and just make sure the damn welds are clean before you sell it, or that shit's coming back broken. I do free repairs on all my work within reason. It's got to be repairable. So that forced me to learn how to make quality, because if I didn't, that shit was coming back. Every time it comes back, you can usually see what you did wrong, unless it really was somebody making a massive error breaking the piece. And when your stuff's good, the breaks are very mellow. Even when somebody drops stuff, a lot of times it won't break. Just got to make good, strong glass. And that's what we're doing here today, so thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the entertainment, and if you're a glass blower, hopefully I can teach you a thing or two. If you got any questions, you're always welcome to ask. I ain't no gatekeeper. I'll answer what I can. I won't share other people's techniques, but at least if they didn't tell me I can. I'll always share mine. We grow together, we get stronger together, we get headier together. Now we're working our way down a little bit more. Trying to get some more shorts and stuff made of me blowing glass. My lady's brother, my future brother-in-law, doesn't use any social media, but he likes to watch YouTube videos, and it was really funny the other day. He called us and he's like, oh, it was crazy. I was on YouTube Shorts just scrolling, and all of a sudden I hear Roy's voice, and I'm like, I know that guy. So I watched this video of him making a marble, and it was so cool watching him make the glass. I have no idea how any of that goes together, and it was so much fun seeing it all happen and whatnot. And yeah, so that's a little push right now for me to make some more of the step-by-step process of blowing glass into short form content. I've done a decent amount of lives, decent amount of videos. Still going to try and pump those numbers up too, but especially with the shorts, I'm like, all right, I got to do more step-by-step process of the shorts, because my family and friends are entertained, and that probably means people who don't talk to me very much or that I've never met are also entertained. So cool to be able to do something that people enjoy and share what I enjoy with them. So that's going to be a little push for me to get into doing this, making short videos. Because, I mean, I love the finished products, but the process is Probably what has kept me blowing glass for this long. Finished products are dope. I always have cool ideas I want to make or whatever, but if I didn't enjoy the process so much, I probably wouldn't still be doing this. At that point, I'd have somebody else making my ideas. Have an assistant or just hire out customs from people, you know? But I love doing it, so I love the actual process of making the glass as much as I love the cool things I make. Not to toot my own horn or nothing, calling my own stuff cool. But if you don't think it's cool, I will fight you, so. Just kidding. So we're starting to get the sizing there, working through it. Trying to get all this tubing a lot wider. Nice even wall weights. Lots of heat and a little puff in here and there. And it's going together nicely. Oh man, I think it's just glowing yellow in the video. Absolutely glowing. We're pretty much at the size I want. I think that was like just about the perfect size of tubing. It's a little bit of a guesstimation, but I had an idea. I've done this long enough. I kind of know what I like to make that big of a pillow. But I'm trying to go extra thick, so that is something to account for as well. All right, I'm gonna paddle this down just a little bit. This side didn't have as even of wall weight going into it. That's the thing with the hand-pulled tubing. It's not always perfectly even, but still saves you a lot of time. And with the pillows, especially when I'm scrunching them up, whatever, it's okay, because I don't want it to be perfectly round. I want to have a little bit of lopsidedness that I can really play off of that with the scrunches. Lean it one way versus the other, and play to the glass strengths ultimately, you know? Sometimes you gotta let your medium kinda take over, design itself, go with it. Gonna get a little bit further, I think, before I do my next video. My next phone video. Recording on the camera, the phone, same time. Let's run it. Let that chill for a second so I can pull off the bottom without stretching out the piece itself. now we'll tear off the bottom here. I'll put a sharp flame right on the bottom there. You can kind of see in the video how it's just a very small flame, not one that's wrapping around the whole piece, just wrapping around that small section off the bottom. That's all we want out of this. I'm going to focus a little bit up on the color, not on the clear, because the clear will move a lot easier than the color will, even though this is a soft color. But if we have any excess clear on there when I tear this, that's no problem. But the goal is not to, basically. Boom. We got that separated. We're going to tear off a little bit of excess right here. And then we will go shape up the corners. We're ripping into the bottom of that thing, getting it nice and toasty. Give it a few puffs to even out where I pulled it down and tore it off and everything. So we have a nice even wall weight for Frosty to work with. If you haven't seen his work, it's pretty dope. Go check it out. Beautiful sculpted, crazy faces. And then he does this like line technique where he carves lines circular around the whole thing that just looks really cool. Very not traditional. It's like with my pillows, that was one thing I always wanted to do, is not be like traditional cylinder bongs. Obviously I still make those too, naturally, in the glass blower, but I really enjoy making the pillows that are a little bit different. They look kind of soft and fluid and kind of capture an essence of the glass where it cools down while it's moving. So I capture it in that moment. So it's a very unique ability that glass has. Many mediums don't have that ability where it just like freezes in time almost. It's easy enough to capture that in glass. So we're going to switch over to the bench right now and pull out some corners, flatten up the bottom on this. Got all those parts made. I'm constantly switching between my lathe and my bench. Some spoiled glass blower, all the fancy things. Gonna get this ripping hot, and you guys won't see it, but I'm gonna go on my rollers, and what I'm gonna do, I'll give you a little taste of it right now. I'm gonna use centrifugal force, spinning this really fast, and you can see it slowly start to widen up right there when I'm spinning it really fast. So it's just easier for me to do it on my rollers in front of me. It holds the tube that the glass is on and keeps it on axis perfectly, and then I will spin out the bottom, and all that glass naturally widens out very quickly. Because that's how centrifugal force works. You gotta, the more you know about physics, the better you'll be at shaping glass. The more you know about chemistry, the better you'll be at working colors and fuming and whatnot. And the more you know about mathematics, the better you'll be at sizing things and designing recyclers. That's probably got to have some fluid dynamics in it too to get fully dialed. All right, we're gonna pull out some corners here now. Got a big old punty ready. And I like to pull all my corners out from the piece, get them flowy. I don't really just add glass onto the outside. I want to like pull it, and then I'll usually give it a little bit of puff, so it's almost as if like how a pillow would be. It's getting pushed out from the inside by the fluff, making that corner shape. And I like pull out a little bit of extra glass because I like a little bit of a cartoony, fun look to it. I don't go overly realistic anymore. I've done that quite a bit in the past. I'll do it from time to time. Those are also fun to make, but the more I've made them, the more I've like stylized them into my own, I guess you would say. You prove yourself with the realism in the beginning, and then you slowly stylize throughout your career. It's right there, pulling out corner number 1. And we'll give that another good tug. Really get that thing protruding nicely. And we'll melt it back in afterwards. So you see I take it out quite a bit extra right there. And melts that in nicely. That's how I get that little bit of bulbous action on there, while still getting the form that I want of it being pulled out from the main section. We got corner number 1 coming out. What up, Mac? How you doing, brother, man? I'm making some pillows. My lady's home. I ate a nice home-cooked meal today. It was beautiful. Me and Matt got to hang out a bunch this weekend because both our ladies were gone and we were lonely. So lonely. Gotta have Mac up here soon for a stream. I don't think we've done any streams together yet. I melt that in just like the other one, and then we'll get to flattening out the bottom. We gotta switch axis, make the other side of the pillow, and we're gonna add a little neck on this one. I didn't run any of my ideas by Frosty, so hopefully he's cool with them. But I'm sure they sure do. We're lucky boys. Lucky boys. Are you melting tonight or just chilling? All right, I'll pull out one more time just to get it somewhat even size-wise to the other one. These regular pillows, I go a little bit more even, but I try not to make my pillows exactly symmetrical because I don't like symmetrical pillows. You know, I want it to look like natural, like in the state of being used with proper comfiness. An overly perfect pillow. Probably just got to suck to lay on. Oh, nice. Just leaving some prep. It's always fun. Now that you have a lathe at least, let the lathe do the work, blow the glass for you. Dude, that big lathe I posted today, freaking 9 feet long. You could sleeve a week's or 2 or 3 weeks worth of prep at once. It'd be nuts. That was Forrest, the guy up here in Cedar Crest. He just bought a lathe down in SoCal, and that one was available as well. A lot of nibbles. I'm not sure if anybody's going to take it or not. Seemed like Casta was really interested. But hopefully somebody scoops that up. It's a beautiful machine. Came from a old glass on glass hookah making manufacturer in Hollywood. Forgot what kind of Lytton Forrest got himself. It was a really nice lathe too. And he's trying to decide whether he's going to leave it in California or bring it out here, because he already has another Lytton he refurbished out here. He said it's not perfect, but damn, like I saw the pictures of it, the one that he refurbished himself that's already out here, and like it's pretty as hell. He made it look really nice. I haven't seen it running. So there's always that, like, you can make a lathe look pretty, but you want it to run good is the thing. Of course. Of course. All right, grabbing my blow hose right now so we can pop a hole in the bottom. Got my 3D printed swivel. How crazy is that, dude? Spins and everything, nuts. So when I pop holes, I like to use a hand torch in my rollers. I don't think the roller's in the camera view, so you guys might not really see it, but basically what I do is take a small flame like this, spin it on the rollers, and that'll find me the exact middle to pop the hole, and puff it out, and pop it. Got my torch up super high now because I'm trying to fix my posture so I don't have a humpback when I'm old. I'm only 32 and already starting to get a humpback. Not a good sign. It's making my arms stronger too, holding these pieces up all high. I won't be able to sit and work as much as I used to. So my jacks flare out the hole. This is where the blow tube will go into the bottom, so I can switch axis and work on the top. Okay, those jacks might need a little buttering. It's pretty solid. Now I'm going to pop this in the kiln and get the lathe all set up so I can switch around the sides. Grab a blow tube over here. Hey-o, lathe time. Plug in the blow hose and go grab that piece and throw it in here. Check it out. All right. We got the pillow here. Switching it around. Now I'll put these together. Oh shit, I forgot to film any of that. I was trying to film this piece as I go for Instagram video, but I already missed the mark on that, it looks like. At least it's all on live. Need somebody to clip my live streams for process videos. That would be dope. Shit, I can't sit through this and watch myself talk that long. Do it myself. Working our way back through. Got a second in the kiln, so it should be warm, but I'm still gonna go through it gently with the flame, warming up the whole piece before I tear off the end over here. I'll put some good heat in the end right there. Give it a little pull to make it shape down a little bit more at the top here, slightly longer. Give Frosty a nice canvas to work with for his face he'll be putting on this. If you didn't see, me and Frostys Fresh did our biggest live stream marble races yet a few weeks ago. Great video. Long as hell. It was an awesome time. So we'd never actually blown glass or worked together before, so these will be our very first collabs. Talked about them a little bit when we were out there. Like, we're hoping we're gonna have time to work together, but just wasn't in the schedule. I had a lot of things going on, and then I'd just been in California for a week getting ready for the wedding and had to get home and get orders made. So I told them when I came back, get some pieces prepped up and put together for them. So that's what we're doing right now, baby. Always fun to work with new artists. Pillow is a great canvas for them to work on, do their thing. So I'm sure this will be a sick collab. A cool-lab, if you will, 'cause it's going to be so cool. Now we're going to tear this off. See if we get a video of this tear too. My phone just died? Just freeze? There we go. Boom. Let me see if I can film this while I tear off the end too. bang, bang. That's pretty sweet. It's a sick little video. Got a little bit of extra clear still on there though, so we're gonna do that one more time. Take off all the clear, so we're just working with color here. And then we'll give it some puffs to get that end nice and evened out. Before we go back to the bench, give it a flatten, little squishy squish on the marver, graphite marver. Use graphite tools in glass blowing a lot of the time, depending on what we're doing, but graphite won't stick to the glass when it's really hot. So for moves that we have to do with a lot of heat, like squishing my pillows, it's great to use graphite because I can get the glass extremely hot and not worry about it sticking to the metal. All right, there we go. It's looking nice. Pretty much ready to get shaped up, and then with this one I am going to throw a small neck on it too. If you've seen Frosty's pieces, they usually have like a little, rather small neck on it. So I figured do one more in his traditional shape, that little neck on it. It'd be pretty cool to do. And then he'll get to carve this up and put his stuff on there. We are doing a absinthe over Titan, which is like Titan's a white. It's a green color, so it's kind of bleeding through to the green screen right now. That is not the pattern on it. That's a problem. I'm wearing a green shirt, making green stuff, and I have a green screen running behind me. Probably not the move, but makes a sick video. So this is the graphite pad that I used to flatten it on, just a big old piece of graphite. It's got a nice metal stand below it too. And we're gonna get this ripping hot and give it a little flatten on either side. A little squishy, squishy. When I do that, I don't go fully flatten because I want it to be still somewhat rounded, look like there's some nice fluff in there. Like a pillow, you feel me? This one will be a rig, but just prepping it right now to send off to Frosty so he can do his magic on it. So I'm not gonna make a full rig out of it or nothing. I think you guys will kind of see it get flattened right here. You won't see you can't see the graphite, but I think the piece will be popping up just into the view of the camera. Giving it just a little puff right there so it doesn't condense down too much, and we'll go into flatten it. Yeah, North Star Titan, I think North Star Absinthe, it's from one of their color pulls, so it's furnace pulled tubing, not made by me. North Star is a great color company. That's who I got these colors from. Do not make my colors from scratch. I'll make prep with other colors, of course. Don't really do no fuming, but I do not have the facility to make my own colors from scratch by any means. That is quite an operation, so usually just leave that to the big dogs for the most part. For anybody wondering. Yeah, Frosty collab. We talked about it when I was out there doing the marble races with him, so this is gonna be our first collab together. I got one other pillow prepped up. This one's gonna get a little neck like his pieces, but the other one's gonna have no neck on it, just be a pillow. It's a little bit bigger than this one. And then we are probably gonna do a couple pendants together too. Just hanging that down a little bit when I puff into it. Hey, you guys can see me kind of rolling it. I don't just hit the marver straight up ever. Always kind of give it a little bit of a roll when I marv. I'm making pillows. So I don't want it completely flat. Alright, that's looking good. Normally I'll make them a little bit flatter, but because this one's going to get a neck, I need to have a wide enough top for the neck to go on nicely and it flow with the design and whatnot. All right, now it's time to pull some corners. Oh wait, I was going to do a video of me squishing it up a little bit. Let me see if I can film this for the Instagram and the YouTube shorts. There we go. All right, give it another good heat. Anytime I touch a tool, I try to give it a good heat. And every time I give it a good heat, for the most part, I like to give it a little puff. Actually gonna puff out the middle a little bit more too. Got a little squish there. There we go. Now we're getting that shape I want. Oh, damn. Yeah, it was such a fun stream. Went crazy. That was the freaking longest stream ever. That was an absolute blast. Just did the giveaway stream last night for our 1,000 followers, 1,000 follower giveaway. I think we're almost at 1,200 already by the time I ran the giveaway too. That was epic. We're pulling out some corners here. Bang, bang. Pull that out one more time. Ooh, looking dope. Looking dope. A good stretch on there. Little puff. Little puff, little fluff. That's looking great. Now we'll do the other side. And we're ready to shape up a nice neck for it. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's another fun one. It's my first time doing that elimination style, which is pretty dope. So normally when I do like the giveaways, or I do a lot of marble races to give away stuff on my Patreon, and those are usually just do like a 10 lap race of 10 marbles, but I wanted this one to be a little bit longer, more more time streaming. So everybody says they're always too short. So I did that elimination style where the last place marble got eliminated each round, and I was really happy with how that went. Definitely gonna do more of those in the future. Also got some crazy stream ideas cooking with some of the local glass blowers, like my boy Mac, who is commenting up above. They're not hyped on my ideas. They're kind of hyped on it. They just are not excited to be a part of it because I'm trying to do a punishment stream where everybody who is in the race, every time your marble gets in last, we do a wheel of punishments. I got some fun punishments planned. Basically gonna be like marble race jackass. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's harder to convey over stream, so it's been taking a lot of work to like get that done. And like, I came into this marble racing thing not knowing how to. I just bought a 3D printer, not knowing how to use it, trying to learn how to make that, learning how to build a track from scratch, and trying to learn how the streaming equipment works for that. Like, it took me years to figure out how to stream with decently on YouTube with a computer or with a glass blowing and a computer and everything. So then I had to relearn how to do it following marbles. It's completely different. And then all my other events have always been in person. I hadn't done very many, like at least nothing big live streaming events. We've done a few like big in-person events where we have like 50, 60 people there and do a whole marble race day. Those are always awesome, but the problem is I can't take that track everywhere. I can't go on a plane. I can only drive so far. So I wanted to bring that to everybody. Next mission will be building out tracks I can leave all around the US so I can fly to places and do races. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun doing it for myself. Like, I get hyped doing marble races myself, but way more fun with other people, getting everybody hyped as well. That's the joy of it all. That's one thing I've been trying to do with that marble streaming, is just like bring the love of glass and glass marbles to like everybody. Glass blowers, non-glass blowers, collectors, people who don't even know about this heady realm whatsoever. Like I did one in-person race I try to make them so it's family friendly when I do the in-person races. So like sometimes we'll have a private area you can sesh, or also just tell everybody like bring a dab pen, and if I can't tell you're smoking, then no one knows you're smoking. Eat edibles, who cares, whatever. But we had one with like, that was all ages. So we had like people in their 60s there, and we had like kids. I think the youngest kid to win a like big prize was like 7 years old, and he won a $100 Visa gift card. He was fucking hyped. It was so funny. I'm like, damn, I just gave a 7-year-old $100. It's probably like not what a 7-year-old needs, but it's gonna be epic. He gets to just go blow money with his boys. Hell yeah, man, that's what it's all about. I know, I wish everybody could be a winner. I've done some too. There's one that I'll be doing soon where it'll be like marbles for sale, and then your marble gets a race for an added prize. And I'm just gonna do basically, it's gonna be slurper set with a nail and a dunk tank. So everybody gets their money's worth no matter what. And then bonus is gonna be if your marble wins, you don't only get the marble and everything, you get a rig too. That's always cool. Straight up. Just getting a bunch of cash, and we're getting a bunch of Fortnite skins and Roblox. Actually, he's probably too young to even play Fortnite. He's probably all going to Roblox and Minecraft or whatever. All right, we got a pillow made now. Hell yeah, man, I'd love to hear that. And I was planning on doing a race where people send in their marbles this month, but I have a wedding in like 35 days, and we're having like almost 200 people there, and I decided I'm not going to do that this month because it would have to go down right before the wedding, and realizing how much goes into these wedding things, man. Fucking nuts. So after the wedding, I have my honeymoon. So I'll probably announce the race like right around the date of my wedding, so people can start sending in marbles, and I'll give everybody at least a month. So I know people are slow to send stuff in, so they have plenty of time to send in their marbles to the race. So I'll probably end up getting ran in July, but that one will be super dope because it's going to be all marbles made by a bunch of artists. There's no way I can tell if you're an artist or not, so you can, if you're a collector and just want to send in a marble, you can too. Just got to meet the size requirements, and then or talk to a local glass artist if you want to make one, and you can always take a lesson and make your own marble specifically for the race. We've like when I do the in-person races, I always have artists lined up to teach lessons in the area that I'm doing the in-person races, so people can hit me up and make their own. And we've had people win off of the very first marble they've ever made. It's pretty epic. But if you got a good teacher, that's the key too. Like my girl got involved in it, like made her first marble for it, and I didn't even teach her how to make it because my buddy Glass, great, like honestly, when it comes to teaching, he's just such a good teacher, great marble maker, but great teacher, great at teaching people how to make marble. So I had him teach her how to make marble instead of me doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy as hell. I got a bunch of orders trying to get out before too. I'm remodeling my shop in California. So I have a studio in California. I do races there sometimes too. And I don't actually work out of it very often, but that's where my family's from. That's where I used to work. And so I kept the place going, rent it out to other artists now. But we had a sewage issue and the whole floors got wrecked. So I'm like, been putting it off long enough. So I'm out there next week meeting up with the guys that are redoing all the flooring. We're getting new epoxy floors installed, and then gonna start on new lighting as well. Just do a renovation on that place, and the artist will still be working there, but we won't be doing any shows or anything till after I'm done with the wedding and whatnot. But I wanted to get it all nice and clean and pretty for summer, so I can do more marble races there, get back to having classes and lessons there, and doing shows there especially. And because it's a great spot, great location, super fun spot, but it's just been wrecked ever since that flooding, and haven't done very much because of that. And I finally am like, all right, been putting money aside, finally gonna put some time aside now too, and just try and knock everything out, get it back into tip-top shape so it can go back to its former glory. Hell yeah, bro. You should make one for sure. Hit up one of your buddies. Tell them the key to the marble races is, I'm like iffy on the size, because sometimes the big ones, depending on like where they are in the track, they keep that momentum going better. The smaller ones though, it's like faster acceleration. It's like playing Mario Kart. But the real key is the rounder the marble is, the more you're gonna win, or the better your chances are gonna win. Your marble's still gotta take turns right, still gotta get through the little obstacles right, and like other marbles are on the track that'll bash into them, hold them up. You get stuck behind somebody slow, it can wreck a fast marble. But there's one guy who's won more races than anybody else. He still didn't win every race he entered by any means, but he made, I think it was over 300 slurper sets for bare quartz the year that we were running those races. And so everybody at the event like knows that about him too, and was like, you better fucking win. You've made more marbles than all of us combined, so you better win. And he absolutely killed it. He probably won like close to half the races he entered. So that's what like everybody's competing against. It's the rounder, the better. Just, yeah, any lopsidedness. We've tried using like different colors that are heavier. We've tried putting opals in them. We've tried doing air bubbles in them. We've tried, like Mac, the guy above, I was just talking about, he tried like carving them up and stuff like that, and that just made them way slower. That was not the move. More friction, but the smoother and rounder, the less friction, the better it's gonna roll. Like, that's just physics. Then it comes up to where you are in the race, you know? Sometimes you take a tough break, but that's why like the Frosty stuff is not completely above board, probably a little too close to gambling. But if everybody's making their own marble, then it's a skill contest, so it's not actually gambling. It's just purely who can make the roundest, fastest marble. So it's like having a sports competition at that point. It's kind of what this is. It's like bringing a glass blowing to be a sport, which is super fun as well. I know. It's been really cool though. Just living out like a kid's fantasy. Frustrating at times, trying to build the track, get it to run right. That escalator has always been hell, trying to figure that out. I'm constantly redesigning it. And then cameras and video stuff, that part sucks. I love blowing glass, I love racing marbles, but I'm not a fan of having to learn so much about live streaming, videography, audio, but it was necessary, so I did it, and I'm continue to do it. So the videos are gonna keep getting better and everything too. I'm constantly upgrading the setup and learning new stuff. Hell yeah, right? Ideally, if I could. I mean, I have a website fully built to be able to gamble and bet on the marbles. It's just super illegal to like run a gambling website, and very easy to get caught and very big punishments. So I'm like trying to figure out a way to like offshore it or make it legal so that I could run streams all the time and everybody could legitimately just gamble cash on it. I think that would be fucking sick. But I'm like kind of at the point where I'm like, I gotta probably team up with a legitimate casino or online casino to do it, because it's gonna be way too expensive, like if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the company offshored for running a legal online casino. And I'm not like a casino guy that wants to set up a full casino. I just want it for marble racing only. That's the other way to do it. That's the way that I'm looking into right now, is crypto. Because especially lately, it seems like you can do whatever the fuck you want on crypto with crypto again. Biden was a little harsh on it, and then Trump just seems to not give a fuck. So if I can get crypto integrated to the site I already build, then we're in it. And those crypto guys, fucking degens that love gambling, they're down to throw money down too, especially when the market's up and they're all making a bunch of profits. I feel like they would go crazy. It would be insane, just people betting a shit ton of money on these races. It would be so wild. I know when I had the track set up at the Cali shop, when I wasn't there, my shop mates had a bunch of guys over, a bunch of hash makers, and they were all throwing down 20s and 100s every race, winner take all, picking marbles and just going crazy. Yeah, the hard part though with that is doing it online. It's like I could totally run a little underground ring with cash or whatever, but I would like it to be for anybody to get in on the action. And that's like with the live streaming and everything too. It's like I like that because I can show everybody and have everybody be a part of it, not just the people that are there in person. So it'd be fun to have it like online. Maybe make my own BML coin on some network and have everybody be able to cash in and out of BML coin so that they can race marbles. And then if that went good too, then it would be pretty reasonable to be able to get like a bunch of heady artists. So it's like, say you want to bet on Darby, you want to bet on Elbow, you want to bet on all these different artists that have all their marbles lined up, ready to go. You pick your marble. The way I have the website set up, it's like everything works on it. I just can't allow cash outs, but it's like set up so that before every race, it has a picture of every marble. You select the marble, you select how much you want to put in, and I put like a 5-minute timer between each race for everybody to get their bets in, and then they can bet on who they think is going to win, and then afterwards, I have a little like I don't know, like the administration section of the website that nobody else can see, where I get to put who got first place, who got second place, who got third place, and based on what place is how much your payout is, and based on how much you did. Yeah, hash would be good too. I've had I didn't have any hash sponsors for the Albuquerque races, but in the California races I had hash sponsors. So it's like multiple races, you won hash, and like I always do one big race at the end where anybody can enter as many times as they want with as many marbles as they want, and we do that bracket style like the one with Frosty. The other ones are all single races for prizes, and that one we I think the winner got a 2-gram jar, second place got a 1-gram jar, and they all get like those little kid trophies. I order those little kid trophies that like I always do bowling because the marble looks like a bowling ball, so it's like bowling trophies. It's a Borough Marble League, the date, where it was held, and then like the number, like so Borough Marble League 1, Borough Marble League 2. I kind of do it like UFC, where they have like a number for each event, and then what place you got in, and then like the size is different based on what place you got in. You gotta take home terps and everything. That was fucking sick. I got like a few hash companies just to like sponsor the terps for it. So one of them was there at the California one with their booth set up too, selling their hash, and then I had another couple other ones just give me hash, and they're just like, yo, just shout me out and like let everybody know where the terps came from, let everybody check it out so they know what the price is going to be, and so they know like if they want more product like this, they can get it from our dispensary. I was like, oh hell yeah. But those ones will usually do like 12 to 15 races throughout the course of a day, and it gets, dude, you can't imagine, like, you know how exciting it is on the live streams when you have 50 or 60 people crowded around that track, just everybody's screaming, rooting on their marble. It is so electric. It has been one of the most fun things I've ever done in glassblowing. It is such a good time. So definitely going to be doing more of those. The big issue with it is just not being able to bring the track everywhere, but we're working our way through that. I got somebody up in Oregon who I'm going to build a track for this summer and leave there with them. So they'll be like my Pacific Northwest branch of it. I can kind of go to like Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, California right now. I don't know if I'd make the trek to like Texas or anything yet, but just trying to get tracks in different places, so I really want to get one on the East Coast eventually. Yep. Okay, so Philly was like one of the spots on the East Coast. Philly and New Jersey, which like that would be, and Massachusetts, like those ones are all a few hours drive from each other. And New York, I've done a bunch of shows in New York back in the day. So back when my grandma was around, I used to always try and get shows on the East Coast because she lived out there, basically just so I could get a free trip to go visit my grandma and sell glass. And like Philly's just got a poppin' glass scene. So I feel like that would be, I gotta get that's the other spot where I really want to, like Pacific Northwest, Southwest, where I'm at right now, that's easy enough, and then get one in like somewhere near Philly. I got a buddy in Jersey that would definitely house it for me. So that would probably be the next spot I'd leave one so that I can do events in Philly, because dude, the events in Philly would go crazy, right? It would just be absolute chaos and so much fun. There's so many glass blowers out there that would want to get in on it. If I do, holler back at me. I'm going to hold you to pressing some hash for the event, brother. Because that would be all time. Yeah, Philly's a spot on the East Coast. That's why I think East Coast next. I mean, maybe someday like Florida or something would be another good spot to have one at, but it's like Philly's like the East Coast pipe making mecca, 100%. But I've worked with a lot of shops in Jersey, a couple shops in New York, and a couple shops in Massachusetts too. So I'd probably do some there as well. And I still have a lot of family out on the in like Massachusetts, Connecticut area. So I've done a couple shows with Lily's. I feel like that would be a good spot to do it too in Massachusetts. But Philly is like my number one on the East Coast to do it at. Yeah, I figure I just have to like print all the parts. Or my buddy out there has a 3D printer, and have him print a bunch of parts and like send out everything I need for it, and like give myself a week to 2 weeks at his place just building the conveyor and the track. Because I'm not driving out there, fuck that. I'm flying if I'm going to the East Coast. And then put together the track and stuff, run an event, and then just leave it there. So then like every 2 to 3 months I can fly out there, do another Boral Marble League event. Because that's by far the hardest part, is just getting the track out there, of course. I have a good system now for running the in-person events, like with a bunch of different races and sign-ups, and then I always bring a shit ton of prizes, but when I get the sponsors involved, ends up with a lot more prizes. The last one we did in person, we had more prizes than we like could give away pretty much. So at the end we did like a couple races where no matter what spot you got in, you got to go up to the prize table and pick something. So it'd just be like, if you got first place, you got first pick of prizes. Second place got second, third place, and so on all the way through the 10th place prize. So we just had too much stuff to give away. It was so sick. We did, so my roommate, big in falconry, so we used to hunt with hawks a lot. He still does a little bit, but right now it's the off season. His hawk got hurt early in the season last year, so we didn't do very much falconry, but the race I did in Albuquerque was like perfect timing for falconry season. So He used to blow glass. He had a scientific job for a while and didn't really make too many pipes, but I had him collab with me on, oh yeah. And he has, it was making like talons a little bit because he flies hawks and has pet hawks. And so I had him collab with me. We got a pendant. I made a rig with one of his talons where the talon was the down stem. And then the winner of that race got to go on a falconry hunt with us. So this glassblower El Boro Toro ended up winning it. We became really good friends after this now. And his whole family ended up going out with us for the falconry hunt too. It was awesome. And we literally went out with the hawk on our arm and used the hawk to kill rabbits. And one of his coworkers asked him like, "Oh, how was your weekend? What'd you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I won a falconry hunt at a marble race. So we went out and killed rabbits with a falcon." He's like, "Well, all that sounds completely made up." And he's like, No, for real. I won a falconry hunt at a marble race." And that was like one of those funny moments where I'm like, God damn. Yeah, that's a tough one to explain to people. You got to go hunt falcons because you made the fastest marble for a marble race. Just a ludicrous statement that very few humans will ever be able to make in their lifetime. But this year, me and him are playing in a golf league this summer too. So the people running the golf league hit me up and like, "Do you want to be in this league? And like, would you be down to make us some glass prizes?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then I hit him up and I'm like, "Yo, dude, you're gonna be my partner for this league, and we gotta do the falconry as a prize again because it's the wildest prize that who the hell gets that opportunity? People are gonna be mind blown that that's a prize. Very few people ever get to see that, I guess, too. So it's like, it's a cool, fun thing to see in person, and it's really, really exciting. Seeing that hawk just dive after another animal is absolutely nuts. It's good stuff. So I'm just trying to keep the ball rolling right now. We got a lot of love after that Frostys Fresh race, so trying not to drop the ball too much. It's tough because obviously there's not much money to be made in marble racing, and I got to pay bills nonetheless. So I only do them every so often, but I'm trying to make it definitely more of a habit because I see how much fun everybody has doing it. All right, now we're going to add the neck on this pillow, and then it shall be complete. Yeah, falcon hunt, falcon pendy, and falcon rig. Talon down stem and a tube I made. It was sick. And like, so when I do the events too, so there's tables out there that'll say like, I have signups on them, and it says like, this race wins you this prize, and the prizes are all on the tables, so you get to see like which ones you want to enter into. And that was like one of them sitting there. They're usually like a themed prize, so all of them will be from like one glass artist, one company, or like I have a nail company that always sponsors it, so you get like I'll get a few artists to make slurper sets, and then each one comes with a nail, and then one of my dunk tanks too. And then I make miniature marble tracks. That's always a prize too. I need to print a bunch more of those too, so I can start selling those. Those are just like little tabletop ones for terp slurper marbles, terp pearls. And they're pretty cool. Like the latest one I made, I put actual starting gate on it and finishing line, but the other tracks don't have a finishing line on them, so your marble goes off the track at the end. So I'll put them on a little stand, and you heat up your banger, drop your turp pearls, and have it lined up to the nail, so your turp pearls drop into the rig or into the nail when you're ready to take your dab. So it's perfect. It's super cute. And then I have the golfing set up too. I haven't done any golfing or bowling tournaments, but I brought them out to events for people to play, like in between races or if they're not in a race. So you have like slurper set golfing, slurper set bowling. It's also really, really fun. There's a couple videos I put on YouTube of us playing it. Mac, you ever win any of those prizes at the marble race? Did Troy and Jay Creature take them all? And those little kids. And when I do the kids races, I do an 18 under race, so it's kids competing against kids only. So I can't let no adults beat up on little children. That just ain't fair. Oh, hell yeah. That's what's up. I do, like, there's so many races and stuff too that, like, especially when we have a lot of sponsors, it's like everybody pretty much wins something. And I have like extra stuff that I just give away too for everybody signing up. Like everybody gets marble stands. I make marble stands for everybody's marble who competes. Stickers for everybody. So no matter what, like, you're walking away with something. Everybody gets to be a part of it and have something to remember the occasion. Because that's what it's all about. Hell yeah, my guy. That came with the Ignite Quartz banger, right? Shout out to Ignite Quartz. They're always sponsoring the marble races. Great bangers, good people. Highest quality for imports, hands down. Oh, this thing looks dope. Speak of the devil. Freaking mom and my lady blowing up my phone, wedding stuff. I mean, all the songs they want us to send to the DJ. Talking to Frostys Fresh right now. I didn't realize I never answered his question about when I'm putting together this collab prep. He just responded after I tagged him in my story saying I'm making these. I'm a dumbass. Looking dope, though. Looking dope, though. Ignite quartz is the good stuff. The good stuff. All right, tear off the bottom right here. We got ourselves a pretty little rig. Oh, Mac's texting me now too. I'm gonna have to have you up here so you can get the pressure of the live stream, bro. I feel like I gotta talk nonstop while I'm blowing glass too. Cause I'm good at talking. I'll admit that. Gotta keep the people entertained. I wish I could like play other shit while I do this. I used to stream football games when I was on Kick live streaming these too. So I kept getting kicked off YouTube for playing videos and sports games and shit in the background. Now I just like force myself to talk nonstop the whole time. So it's great when you guys in the chat are chatting it up with me. What up, DP? Check it. So I put a bunch of extra neck there, but my idea is Frosty will cut that into his normal neck shape. It's gonna be 19.5 to 21.5. I feel like smaller side's a little bit better. I want to give people a lot of room just in case. But if you shoot for around like 21.5 millimeters, you'll definitely be good even if you go either way. That's why I made it like such a broad thing. I'm not actually going to do the race this month. I'm probably going to push it back till July. I'm getting married in 35 days, and we're having like almost 200 people at the wedding. And all of a sudden it's hitting me how much work it is to put on a dinner for 200 people. So, and doing the race and then sending everybody's marble back, I'm going to be at my wedding in another state and then on a honeymoon, so I wouldn't be able to get the marbles back for people who want their marbles sent back for a while. So I decided I'm going to make the announcement later this month and give everybody the details and give them plenty of time. I want to give them at least a month, maybe 2 months to send in their marbles, so everybody has plenty of time to get their marbles in for it. I really wanted to do it sooner, of course. I was really hyped, but realizing it's just not too feasible when I have a massive wedding I'm working on. So yeah, I was just, yeah. My lady is like, the fuck are you thinking of? I'm like, I'm not thinking about the wedding, I'm thinking about marble races. And she's like, we got a giant wedding and it's her day, but I'm a big part of that day. So that's got me rethinking the time schedule there a little bit. But that'll give me a good chance to let everybody have plenty of time, so people like you from Australia have plenty of time to send in your marbles, you know? And then it's going to be like, so my plan is to do a $20 entry fee, all cash prizes, so all of the cash from entries pretty much is going to go to prizes for the race, and then it's going to be like a added shipping fee for anybody who wants their marble sent back. If you don't care about your marble getting sent back, it'll either go into giveaways or be in my future live streams. And like my buddies who have given me marbles for live streams, when people get entered or like find a marble they like in the live stream, they often want to buy it afterwards. So I will always hit them up after and be like, yo, is it okay if I sell your marble to this person? And then I'll send you all the money for it. So it'll go like that. You could get some money for it if somebody wants to buy it in a future race or after a future race. Or it'll go into a giveaway eventually, and it'll just be in my races, you know? Hell yeah. Yeah. I got my, done a bunch of marble races in Cali. Right now I'm at my studio in New Mexico, but next week I'll be back in my Cali studio. I'm there all the time. So those ones, the races I've done in the Cali studio, I've never live streamed, but I really want to start live streaming the live races. But dude, you would not imagine how much fun it is when you're in the room with 60 people all cheering the marbles on. Absolute best time ever. Just the energy is electric. It gets going, it gets going, it goes crazy. So I need to do more of those for sure. For sure, for sure. Everybody wants to win. I'm hoping to do at the end of the year to a big one that'll be, I found a good space in California that's can hold like 100 people. Because my studio there, we like maxed out around like 60. But I want it to be like 100 people can be there live and have all the streaming stuff set up too. So that one will be like the world championship of the year. Make a big belt for it. Whoever wins gets the belt and everything. Hell yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So let me show you. I never actually worked with Frosty before this. This is our, we haven't done any collabs or anything, so I made up one pillow for him to put his face and everything on. Sorry, the green screen's acting up right now and showing on the glass. So that's a regular pillow, and then I did one with a little bit of a neck, so it's more like Frosty style. And you can cut that neck wherever he wants. So you can put a face on this rig and cut the neck into a spot. Yeah, that was super fun doing that event with Frosty. It's nice. He, like always with this stuff, I'm like so busy with other things, so busy with the track, and goddamn, I'm learning way too much about streaming equipment and trying to get all that stuff dialed. So it was really helpful to have him just handle all the sales and whatnot of that last one. But that one, we like, because of the way we were doing it, he wanted to do all regular marbles. We're going back to handmade boral marbles again now, so that's going to be super fun. That's one of the really fun elements about this, I think, is when like all the marbles are made by the competitors, or the in-person ones are always brought by the competitors, and that's like you have a different connection to it, even more. Like obviously those ones, you get a deep connection with your marble, you fucking love your marble, but when you do it where you brought in your own marble, it's like you're putting your heart on the line in these races. It's serious business. And the key is to win the races, the rounder the marble. We've tried heavier colors, we've tried air bubbles, we've tried opals, we've tried all kinds of stuff in them. And the thing that as like the most winning marbles were always because they were the roundest. They still don't win every race because they're on a track with 10 other marbles and anything can happen. But they have a slight advantage, definitely have an advantage over the rest of the marbles the rounder it is. So that's the key when you're making your marble. Switch axis as many times as you can, get that thing as round as can be. And nice smooth glass. Don't sandblast it. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, those are ones where I did all my marbles. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. I'm definitely gonna do some more of those. I got one I'm planning for the end of May, just because I didn't want to have everybody send, I don't have time to have everybody send in one. I was gonna do a race where I have slurper sets. So it's a full slurper set, comes with a nail and a dunk tank. And I'll sell all those and then race all the marbles for the slurper sets. Everybody gets their slurper set and everything no matter what, but then the top 2 people in the race, or the top 3 people, get like a rig, maybe a dry, maybe another rig, and like a pendant or a cup. So I'm working out the details on that. I'll probably announce that this weekend, I'm thinking. Get the ball rolling on that one. I'm also working on doing one of my local buddies here, Royscoglass, one of the, like, my favorite sculptor of all glass sculptors. So honored to, like, that we move near each other and have become friends, because I've looked up to his work for years and years and years. But his fiance just had some health issues, so they're trying to raise some money right now. So I'm thinking about doing another race. I got to figure out, it's the timing thing right now is the hardest part, but figure out some timing with him so we could do a charity race to get some money for her medical bills, because yeah, she got fucked up recently. Had a bunch of stuff wrong with her, so, and doesn't seem like any of it's her fault. It's just shit luck. That's how it happens sometimes. So hoping that I can offer a little help through a marble race. We got a couple collabs that we've made, so I was thinking just use those as the prizes and put some funds together for them. Yeah, I just need to do more races. But I also got to blow all this glass too. The glass blowing is what actually pays my bills, not the marble race. I don't make no money off the marble races right now, but maybe someday. Maybe if they get big enough. We get enough sponsors. Although the Frostys race got a fuck ton of sponsors, that was a huge help. So we had way more prizes than anticipated. That was super, super awesome. So I just got to put together some stuff like that. I can spend a little more time and have some time to upgrade the setup and build some new tracks. I'd like to have a few tracks, but I just don't have time, money, or space yet. My dream would be a warehouse just with like 4 or 5 tracks in it and all hooked up to live streaming equipment, so every night I could do a different track for everyone. Yeah, Champs, I've been in contact with them. The problem was like, so the Boro Derby at the, I think it was Las Vegas Champs this year, they hit me up, but it was like 2 or 3 weeks before Champs, and I already, I think it was during hunting season, I already had plans. So that was like a tough one to be like, I just can't right now, like need more time, but that's definitely going to be in the future. Because that'd be a great one to do it at. So many glass blowers in one place would be popping. And Boro Derby's all about it. So they're willing to give me some space. And then there was a big marble event in Colorado about a month and a half ago, I think. It was like, it's not Snoop Dogg. What the fuck is his name? It's like Dog Snoop or something, who runs it. And I got in contact with him, and he says they want me there for the next one 100% too. So I'm talking to like some of these little festivals and stuff around here, or not festivals, but like big events that I can be a part of. Yeah, that's the thing too, but the thing is also like I don't put out enough. I'm getting a lot better at it now, but I've never put out enough marble racing content. So a lot of these people, like, I was just trying to figure this out, and it's been a side project for the last 2.5, 3 years. And so Frosty was a huge push to be like, he's just like, I want to do a huge thing. When I'm like doing one event every 6 months, low key, and then just streaming for my Patreon usually. Doing a little event every once in a while through my website. So he was a big push, and basically I was pulling my hair out trying to get everything running properly for that event. I was losing my mind. Like a week and a half out, I was like, the track was, one of the track parts, a wire came out on the motor, short-circuited the whole thing, and it was going to be like 3 weeks to get a new motor in the mail, and I was just like, how the hell do I fix this? So I spent like 3 or 4 days taking everything apart in the motor and trying to learn how to fix it. Frosty was a great help. He was ready to be on the phone with me every day fixing it. So now I'm definitely feeling more confident in what I've built, and that pushed me to really get stuff dialed. So now I'm putting out more content, and now all these people are hearing about it, so they're like, oh, can we do an event with you? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's get it going. So it's definitely going to happen. But yeah, they're lost for short notice, but it was my fault that it was short notice because I hadn't put enough of the word out there and kind of been low-key about this for the longest time, just because I wasn't confident in it. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, let's run this shit up. But now I got a wedding to worry about. I'm back in California for a week next week. I need to build a second track to leave out there. But pretty soon my plan is to at least get to weekly races and then get to bi-weekly races. And then I feel like if I could do 3 times a week, at least have a stream or something going, even if it's not for prizes or anything like that. That's where I'd be happy with how much content I'm putting out there and how many races I'm putting out there. So Old World New Art came about because there's this little German village in Huntington Beach, California. It's like kind of like a shopping center type spot. It's all individually owned buildings. In 1970, a bunch of Germans moved to Huntington and started this Old World Village. So every building looks like old Germany. They've all got a small storefront on the bottom and a 1 to 3 bedroom apartment above it. And it was the first place I got my hair cut when I was a little kid. And when I was moving back to Huntington after college, my dad was like, oh, you should get a spot in Old World. And I was like, oh, well, I need a spot to live. That would be a cool spot to build glass. He's like, there's apartments above all of them. And I never had known that. I was like, what? And then I was flying back to college for my last few months there and found one that was for sale. And literally when I went to email it to him, he had already emailed the listing to me. And I was like, dude, this is like the sickest thing ever. And he's like, yeah. And then I get a call from my mom, and she's just like, you let your dad talk you into getting a place in Old World? He's been trying to get a place there for years, and I always told him no. He's from Denmark originally, that's where he was born, and he loves the German village. And so I was like, oh, this is like the perfect spot for a glassblowing studio. I got a storefront, I got a place to live above it, and the whole complex, every building's individually owned. So they're all look the same on the outside, but they're all completely different businesses, completely different people. A lot of the Germans have slowly died off because it was built in the 70s, and so they were all in their 30s and 40s building it, and so there's not very many of them left, but it's called Old World, and I was like, oh, Old World, new art, this couldn't be any better. And so ended up moving in there, setting up the studio, getting everything running, sold the business, moved to New Mexico, still own the building, and then the guy who ran the business went it was a pipe making business basically, and he went sober, hardcore, wanted nothing to do with it, gave me the business back. So I just recently took it back over a year and a half ago, and we also had a big flood in there. So right now I'm doing a bunch of renovations to get it back to where I can do events and stuff again. So I'll be there next week redoing the floors, putting in new lighting and stuff. And then we'll be back in action running Old World New Art, and we'll be doing a bunch of live streams there, a bunch of marble races, a bunch of shows. Classes will be back again because we used to do a lot of classes and we haven't done that in a while. So it'll be a lot of fun. I did make my Instagram or my YouTube name back to Royscoglass just because a couple of my buddies were like, yo, dude, people love Old World New Art, but everybody knows you as Roysco. Go back to Roysco. It'll help you get your following up and get you to the spot where you can get monetized. So I went back to Royscoglass for now, trying to get monetized. But my website's still Old World New Art. Business is still Old World New Art. And I still, rep Old World New Art as hard as I can. But I don't know, maybe I'll go back to it. I'm like still like on the fence of like, do I start multiple YouTube channels, one for just me blowing glass, one for Old World New Art, one for Borough Marble League? Do I have them all under the Roysco umbrella? Do I have them all under the Old World New Art umbrella? Do I just do it all under Borough Marble League? It's a lot to consider. I don't know enough about YouTube either to know which one's the best, so we're just trying things out at this point. We'll figure it out at some point, right? Like something's gonna stick eventually. But yeah, there's a lot to it. But yeah, I was so stoked when I thought of that name, Old World New Art, and it wasn't taken by any business in California. We're actually like, I'm working with a couple buddies out here too, trying to find a place to. I told them if I'm involved, can we name it Old World New Art New Mexico? So that could be in the future as well. Damn, that's crazy. That's so sick. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Like, and it's like depending on, or like for me, it's like it's a little shopping center with like, I want to say less than 100 buildings in it, in the middle, or not in the middle, but in Huntington Beach, California. So it's like you're in a beach town that's become like full-on tourist town now, and then all the like you go into this village and it's like you just took a trip back in time. It is so different than the rest of the city, which I love because I wanted different. I love that old feel. And I learned to blow glass in Denmark. I went back there to spend time with my dad's family. And that's like why I started blowing glass and where I started blowing glass. So it's like, it really made things come a little bit full circle for me. And that's why he always wanted the building. That's why I really wanted it. Probably the best decision I ever made too. Getting that place, and it was a long shot to be a glass blower and run a glass blowing business, but it's worked out so far, so far. Damn, you're inland, bruh. I mean, I'm way further than that here in New Mexico from the near, I think so. Actually, I don't know about going down south, but I'd assume it's very far. I know it's further than that to go to California. I fucking love the ocean. It's the only thing I miss that isn't a human being in California, is the ocean, since I moved here to New Mexico. Oh shit, bro. Yeah, that's far. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask me. It depends on what my schedule's like, but I try to, like, if somebody has a request for a stream too, you can always hit me up and say like, hey, could you do this on the next stream? Like right now I got to make these Frostys pieces, so that's what I'm making. But if there's anything specific too you ever want to see me make on the stream, as long as it's in my repertoire, hit me up, and then like maybe a week or 2 weeks before I have the time to hop on stream and do it. But I've done a bunch of streams where it's like guys want goblet lessons or something like that, so I'll tailor the stream around that. Most of the streaming I usually do in my spare time. I usually don't do, like, stream my regular orders, but I'm kind of thinking I need to get on here more, so I'm trying to like actually stream the regular stuff I make too. Dan Parkinson, okay. Wait, I know that name, yeah. I do remember you from the marble race. I definitely remember that name. Yeah, if you ever have something that in particular you want me to see, or you want to see on my stream, shoot me a message. this month's gonna be a tough one, but definitely get back to it. Doing some more demos. I used to only do these for my Patreon. If you didn't catch me live, it would disappear and only be on my Patreon, but I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube right now, so I'm letting them all out into the public. But back when I was doing that, it was like everything was basically a lesson that whoever was on my Patreon could request what I was gonna make. All right, so we got some line tubing right here. I can show you how I wigwag this stuff up right now. So when you're doing wigwags, the key is pull down the tubing skinny to do the wigwags. It makes it a lot harder to condense, but the skinnier the tubing is, the tighter your wigwags will be. And then you also like have to consider like, do you want a spiral? Do you want a wigwag? Do you want like how do you want it? Actually, I might just do a spiral right now. I feel like this tubing looks cool wigwag, but might look cooler spiraled. I don't know. Maybe like a wigwag. But yeah, the skinnier you pull it down, the better your wigwags will look if you can condense them back nice and even. Condensing part is not easy. That's definitely the hardest part with the wigwags. But it just takes practice. The more you do it, get your hands used to it, it gets easier and easier. Yeah, I might as well just wigwag it. What time is it? It's 8. Oh, it's 8 o'clock already? Fuck. Hell yeah. This is Colorado color right here. I fucking love them, dude. They make the best color. And they are in Colorado, which is like Denver's 6 hours or 5.5 hours from where I live. And they're so quick with their shipping. It's unbeatable. I just like order it and 2 days max. Sometimes it'll be here the next day if I order early enough. No other company does that. So I get a lot of their tubing. Yeah, condense on the lathe is the way. Mac is right. I assume you're just setting up a studio. I'm assuming you don't have a lathe out there in Australia right now, though. Yeah, condensing on the lathe. Whew. Damn, it's easy. I don't know how to do, or I know how, but I've never done wigwags on the lathe though. I've seen my buddies do it, and they like. I have some friends that are all about lathe wigwags, but I ain't. Yeah, I'm just gonna spiral this up. I didn't realize how late it is already too. So I'll probably hop off the stream after this one. How long have been live for? 2 hours. Nice little after dinner sesh. I know my lady's gonna want to play Fortnite tonight. She's already on, I know for sure. I run a home fill system with oxycons. So it's not like as big as the Oxyfrog system. There's no holding tank or anything too. I don't think it fills as fast, but I work alone here. So it's enough for me. Every once in a while, I gotta wait a day to let them fill up. But unless I'm making like big bongs, putters, or cups, I'm chilling. That's the only time I ever drain my tanks. And then I have liquid in California. Liquid's dope. It's just such a bitch. But our K tanks got expensive, so I was like, screw it, I'm getting the home fill. I gotta drive like, I know it's not bad, but like 30 minutes to get them filled. Yeah, exactly. OG system with the whip hose. What are you running out there? Yeah, like I used to pay $12 for K tanks. Now they're up to $40. It's so annoying. Though I did used to pay $90 when I lived in Hawaii for K tanks. That was really brutal. All right, we got that spiraled up nicely. You can kind of see the color coming through there. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be expensive there. Yeah, it's fucked, and they're never going to get cheaper. Oh yeah, OxyContin will get that going for you. Yeah, I have one OxyContin hooked up to that home fill, and then I have that hooked up to 2 K tanks, and it takes like 2 days to get them all the way full, but I rarely burn through a K tank in a day anyways. I'm like pretty reasonable with my oxygen consumption too. Just after having to pay so much for K tanks, I like got pretty decent with it. And I just let it run at night when I'm not working to fill them. So if you can find one of those systems, you'll be set. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's a guy out here, Croman Rathers, I think that's his name, Croman Glass. Really talented artist too, but he puts together the systems and sells them. I mean, I'm sure it would have been way cheaper if I did it myself, but it was $1,200 for the system at $40 a K tank. It's totally worth it. And when everything goes wrong, he's always willing to fix it at least. Yeah, nothing beats liquid. Nothing beats liquid, but at the same time, reliable enough is great. This is a home studio too, so that's one reason why I don't like liquid either. Unless you own your own liquid tank, sometimes you get shit tanks that off gas nonstop, and it sucks to have that in your house. What time is it over in Australia right now? So you guys gotta be pretty damn opposite to us. Actually, you guys are really far. I've wanted to go check it out, but that flight has deterred me. Should have done it when I was living in Hawaii, because I was already at least 6 hours closer. Okay, shit. So you guys are pretty far off from us. Yeah, it's 11 past 8 p.m. or what is that? 20 p.m. or 20 o'clock or whatever. Whatever you guys call it over. I don't know if you guys do the military time. I assume you do. Everybody else does. Oh, I need something to grab that with. All right, just about time to make this into a pillow now. These colors are pretty stiff. All right, we're gonna flatten it now, make this into the pillow shape. Not fully flatten it, but give it a little squish. Kind of see it on the bottom of the screen there, what I'm doing. Never really let it sit in one spot on the marver, just kind of roll it. So it's flatter, but no one spot gets flat, because nobody wants a flat pillow. I say that all the time when I'm doing these demos. Nobody wants a flat pillow, so you don't leave it in one spot on the marver. Go, coming together nicely. This one's gonna look sick with Frosty Fresh's face on it. %, you are so right. I only want flats when it comes to chicken wings. Love me some flats. Pillows, I want them nice, soft, comfy. I'm a 2-pillow at night guy too. I don't have the fluffiest pillows. I mean, they're pretty fluffy. They're not like overly thick, because I like to have 2 of them, so I can, if it's bothering me or whatever, I can take one off at least still. But I usually just rock 2 all night. And they're 2 different types of pillows, so I can switch one from the top to the bottom if I need to. I got to be in control of my pillows and what I'm feeling that night. Little pull there. We'll hit the other side, do a little pull. Start getting it shaped up. Then we go back to that first one. Yeah, a little punty, warmed up but not hot. Great way to move around the glass. That glass nice and liquidy. Barely flash the punty. You can grab on and do what you like with it. I like to. So I don't have to worry about doing the like tear off afterwards or whatnot. But I really like cold seals. When I first started blowing glass, it was Gonzo Glass, Gonzo Oneer, who it's crazy to be like friends with him now. He used to post videos of him making everything on Facebook. This is like 12 or 11 years ago probably. And he made all of his rigs off of a cold seal. So on the top of the neck, it was cold sealed on. So when I started blowing glass, or started making pipes, I thought that that was how you made a pipe. So you don't ever tear the hole, you do everything off a cold seal. So I like forced myself to get kind of comfortable with them. Then I found out you didn't have to do that because I like met and saw other glass blowers because I got into this without anybody to teach me or knowing anything. I knew some soft glass, but that was it. And so I had to learn it then. Then I got away from that because I got further along in glass blowing. And then I've slowly gone back to it now that I have that control again. Like every time I put a joint on anything, I cold seal all my joints so that when I want, like, I used to have like a glass joint stuck in it to move it around and hold on to it. Now, every once in a while I'll still do that. I do that on doers, especially. Every once in a while I'll do it on it depending on like what the scenario is. Like when I was super, super drunk doing the 420 challenge, I didn't trust myself using a cold seal, so I didn't cold seal that one. But 90% of the time I'm cold sealing to the joint, using that to plug it and hold it and put it on wherever I want. And it's crazy how strong it can be, and then you can just tap it off whenever you want it. Oh yeah, it boils it away so much. Such a hassle. That's where cold seals are nice. Obviously you do the cold seal wrong, it'll fall off at any flash you put on it. You hit something, it'll fall off. You do the cold seal right, you can tap decently hard and you can flash stuff a little bit. But then when you want to, you just gotta like know how to, you'll eventually know how to flash it and to get your stuff off, and the right heat to get the perfect cold seal. It's crazy. It's definitely not the easiest way to do it, but if you're not working on a heady, it's good practice. I may tear this hole a little bit. Frosty wanted it thick, but I may have gone too thick. Holy shit. I like shade 3s. I have, wait, I don't even, these aren't even shade 3s. These are just didymiums. I have shade 3s also, and I will pretty much only wear them when I'm working black, and even a lot of times I won't then. When I started working Bordeaux, I didn't wear glasses. When I worked soft glass, until I went to a school in the US when I was in Denmark, I didn't even know people wore glasses to blow glass. But I'm a Diddy guy, I don't know. I have to wear actual lenses though now, which I never had to before in my life, but I don't know when my eyes went bad. I just was at a bar with my brother, couldn't read the menu above the bar, and he's like, "You can't read that?" I'm like, "No, can you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Try my glasses on." Put on his glasses and I could read it. And I was like, "Oh fuck, I need glasses." And before that, what are these? These ones, I think these are shade 3s. These are what I was using until I realized I need glasses. They're like some cool sparkly ones, but I think they're shade 3s. When I put these back on now, I realize like how little I could actually see when I was blowing glass, because not having my prescriptions, and then like my eyes are okay, but when it's dark, like I won't wear glasses every day. If I'm not blowing glass, if I'm not driving at night, if I'm not like golfing or something, I don't wear my glasses usually. If I'm playing video games, or I'm blowing glass, or I'm like golfing, is the only time I wear my glasses really. So I'm like normally kind of fine. Or if I'm driving at night, I have to wear my glasses, but those things are dark, so I can't see very good, and then I don't have prescriptions in, which is the only way I can see in the dark. So when I got glasses, I was like, holy shit. How long have I not been able to see what I was making? I don't know, a lot of people say like this is all bad for your eyes, whatever. I don't know. If I'm fucked, I'm fucked. Hopefully the science catches up. Like they're putting neural links in people's heads to fix blindness already. So if this catches up to me in 20 years, hopefully by then I'll just be able to get a chip in my brain so I can see again and keep blowing glass. Maybe I'm reckless for that, but at least I'm wearing didymiums, so I'm not like doing nothing. Doing the basic level of protection only. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it was the first 2 weeks that I blew Boro. Like my buddies, when I was blowing soft glass in Denmark, my buddies bought torches, and they're like, "Oh, sweet, we'll try and learn this. When Roy comes back, he'll teach us how to blow glass." And then obviously it's very different. And so I came back, they kept telling me I have to wear these didymiums. I don't think I wore it for over 2 weeks of blowing glass. And like still now when I go hang out with somebody blowing glass, all my friends, they bring their shades, and if I'm not working on the torch, unless I'm like watching somebody make something, and if it's a dark color, I can notice it, but if not, I'm usually just on the other side of the room watching them like without anything on. And I don't know, maybe I should worry about it, but I don't. I don't get headaches. Like I've worked long enough without glasses on to like where I gave myself headaches and made my eyes hurt and saw spots for sure. So that damage is already done. And that's kind of like my my spot now. I haven't had that in a long time. So I like, what I'm doing must be fine. And now with the prescriptions, I will say I don't look over my glasses like I used to. Like sometimes I'll flip them up like this and look at the piece, but I'm not actually blowing glass. Like I don't never flip these up when I'm actually blowing glass. And now I don't do this, where I used to blow glass like this with my glasses. Like if you look at videos of Quave, he always does this too. He has his glasses all the way on the tip of his nose, and he's like looking over it constantly. And that's what I used to do, because I couldn't see shit through the dark lenses. So hopefully I'm in a better spot. Yeah, that might be what it is. That's the other thing I'm wondering. Do I just have tolerance now? I feel fine. We'll find out in a few years. I don't like, I'll notice it though, like my eyes will hurt if I work black with just these for too long. So that's when I do have shade 3s that are clip-ons that I can't use if I really need to. Yeah. That's like that's the trade-off where it's like these, there's almost no need to ever look over, especially with the prescriptions underneath for me. It's like I have great eyesight through this now. Every once in a while I'll catch myself just like walking around the house or doing something and not without flipping these up or taking them off because I just like can see decently well. I get so used to it. But yeah, I'd say if you're on shade 5s right now and it's dark, go shade 3s. If you plan on working a lot of opaque colors and especially dark colors, stick with shade 3, don't go to didydiums. If you're going to work a lot of clear, you're fine with didydiums. Like, if you're only working clear, fuck wearing those dark glasses. There's literally no reason to. And then I know people too who have like put marvers and stuff that cover the actual candle where it's the brightest. I've heard that's helpful too. But I'm just like, I see guys like Elbow's one who like, I don't think I've ever seen him wear even shade 3s. Who was I talking to last week? There was somebody I was working with last week that was just like, yeah, I always only wore didydiums. And they're like 40 years old and they're fine. Oh yeah, dude, you're chilling. You're not gonna do enough damage then. If anything, like, I think for me, the years of surfing, I've definitely hurt my eyes more surfing than I've hurt my eyes blowing glass. Like I've had worse days after surfing where I fully sunburned my eyes and had to wear glasses and couldn't go outside for 3 or 4 days. I've never gotten it that bad from blowing glass. It's like out there on the water too, the sun's coming right at you, it's bouncing off that water, it can be brutal. Damn, that's what's up, man. So, I mean, it's not exactly how it used to be out here, but it was pretty nice when I started, especially with like the rig making and stuff, and nobody wanted to like, everybody wanted to be old school for the longest time, so I would just buy the new hide colors and make rigs, and it was killer. Now everybody does that, so it doesn't set me apart at all, just with all of them. But I think there's like 60 artists in Albuquerque alone. We're not a very big city. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think it's the weed legalization here that made our pipe making go crazy, because it used to be a bit more hot shoppy, and then now it's like Boro everywhere. There's still some hot shops, but I think Boro is more prevalent than the hot shops. Just the fact you won't get arrested for a pipe anymore. Now everyone wants to be a pipe maker. There's a lot of money in it. Soft glass, it's like so much overhead, you have to get so good and take so much time, and you need assistance and everything. So it's kind of a much bigger undertaking for the Boro stuff's set up in your garage. You can learn it off YouTube. Oh shit. Yeah, that makes sense, but I'll give you some advice with the rigs. So the joint, definitely the hardest part. You can buy them pre-made though. Dropping the down stem, not easy. But everybody says make 1,000 spoons or whatever. I'd say start making spoons because it's easier to push a bowl. Get kind of dialed in spoons. Try to make a couple bigger spoons. And then when you can make a good spoon, just turn it and flatten it. And it's basically a little dab rig. And then you go up from there. That's how I was making, everybody was saying like, oh, you gotta make so many spoons, you gotta make so many spoons. I didn't really even smoke flour at the time. I was just smoking dabs when I was like, I don't know, 20, when I started making pipes. And so I made a few spoons and I was like, wait, this is like basically, if I flatten the bottom of it or flatten like the end of the spoon, it's just like a mini tube. And then I just have to put a down stem in it. And now I have a rig. Why would I make a spoon? They sell for $20 to $50. A rig's gonna sell for $100 to $150. I'm just gonna make everything a rig. And then that's how I got into making rigs. And instead of making spoons, and a lot of people will give you shit for not making spoons in the beginning, but fuck them. It's good practice. Get the spoons down at least, and then just flatten them, and you got yourself a rig basically. Put on a 14 to 10 millimeter joint there and make a 10 millimeter removable down stem even. You can just buy those and slide them in there. It's easy enough. Damn, yeah. So you guys, like, you're in the sweet spot still then. 'Cause once dabs take off, and they will, if you can make the rig, everyone's going to need a rig. And they're going to be trying to fucking find one. And you'll be the man to make it for them. I remember when I sold a rig to the guy, Sasquatch Press, or who made Sasquatch Press, Sasquatch, who was like the first guy to post a how-to rosin video. So I remember exactly when rosin came about out here, and like that was flour rosin back in the day. We were all making flour rosin with the hair straightener, and he posted a video of how to make it. So like, I was in Hawaii at the time. I'd lived in California before that when sold in the rig, and it was like off to the fucking races out there. I was like showing everybody, but I was like, I was the guy because I could teach everybody how to make flour rosin, just because this guy bought a rig off me, and then he blew up and ended up being really big and making the Sasquatch Press and everything like that, and then everybody else found out about it. But in the beginning, it was like nobody knew what rosin was unless you followed this one guy who posted a video of how to make it. It was crazy. Yeah, I get that. Wait. I don't see your comment, Brian. Are you commenting on my stream? But yeah, that's the thing. Is like that was the nice thing when I started. Was like China wasn't even making dab rigs whatsoever. It took them like years to catch on. So you will have to compete with that. But at the same time, like you're at an entry level to where you're not making crazy headies and everything, you can still be somewhat competitive and just make a thicker, better one and make it where the person knows where it's coming from. So you're in a good position there. You have a regular job, so you'll work your way up to being able to make heady ones to where you'll just crush the Chinese competition. But in the beginning, you can still compete with them. You got a job anyway, so you don't have to charge crazy prices. And if you're the person educating the people about the dabs too, or if you find the people that are selling the dabs and are educating everybody about the dabs, they will educate them about the rigs too at the same rate. And if your name's in their mouth, it's going to do great for you. Because they'll listen to whoever's saying that. Oh my God. My friend keeps messaging me saying he's in the chat right now with us. And he's got to be saying something fucked up because it's not showing up. I have a bunch of words blocked on this. So I have no idea which one he's saying, but I have a few that are just inside jokes too, just so they can't make fun of me. But I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Hopefully you guys see these rigs finished up with Frostys Fresh soon. Really stoked on what I was able to make today, and thank you guys for tuning in. It's boring doing this by myself and just talking to myself, so it's awesome having chat. Thanks for chatting with me the whole time and everything. It was kept me going, kept me alive. What's your name? Dan Parkinson, right? DP. Wait, I think I got it in the chat here somewhere. Is it Dan? I know it's Parkinson. Whatever, I'm not going to look through the chat for that long. But thank you for tuning in, bro. Keep up the good work. If you ever want a demo or something in particular, shoot me a message and I'll add it to my to-do list, and I'll try and shoot you a message too before I do a stream with it, or else send you the stream afterwards. But appreciate you guys. Stay comfy. It was an absolute blast hanging with you and melting glass. Wait, this says show your bottle.